Good morning, everyone. Travis here. And today, oh man, Alex, I've been looking forward to this stream now for, I'd say, at least a month since I was introduced to the topic about a month ago now. And we finally announced it today. And to, of course, anyone who's may have been living under a rock for the last 24 hours, Tectum has officially launched their TCT token announcement. And today we're going to be diving all into what exactly that is, how it works, how you're going to benefit. And then we're going to be answering all the questions that you guys bring to us here today. So first things first, to everyone who's with us already. And so far we've been chatting for what, 30 seconds, a minute and 9 seconds. And we have 60 people watching us here. So thank you guys all so much for taking the time here. My name is Trav, and I'd like to introduce to you Alexander Guseff, who, of course, is the CEO and founder of Tectum. Alex, how are you doing today, my friend?
Fantastic, Trev. Glad to be here.
Love it. Love it. Very happy to have you here as well. So maybe what a good place to start here. And of course, anyone who does have a question, we will get it. We'll get your comments up here and we will field all of the questions you guys may have. But first, I'd like to hear a little bit about your take on the TCT token. Can you, first of all, just kind of give us an explanation of what it is and what the rationale was for the team to introduce a token like this?
Since 2024, and it's been a while, Tectum team has been experiencing intense pressure from the community to participate in Tectum endeavors. What are you guys doing? Why don't you do things this way? Why don't you guys do things this way? Why are you guys not doing things this way? You see, no matter how you spin it, Tectum is a very bright project. It's a very diverse project. I mean, after all, how many blockchain projects you know which produce their own hardware? Tectum keys, or Enterhive now. And this all leads to, if not controversy, but I would say the wealth of opinions, which eventually led to internal argument inside of Tectum team. What can we do community to make it legit for them to participate? I mean, at a certain point, we realized we just cannot keep it on a level of Telegram chat where everybody's like, well, guys, why don't you guys do that? What do? And at some point, one of our team members, and his name is Leon, our business development lead, said, why don't we make it legal? Why don't we make things right? And introduces, he just prepared a package and he drops it on the table. He says, look what our other part of my language barrier, look how other DAO projects managed it. And I'm like, yeah, let's do it. And that's how TCT token was born. TCT token was born as a token, is a voting token, is a token which gives you a right not only to vote in, but also introduce your own initiative to Tectum project and to Tectum technology. And after a while, the idea was born. We kept it as private as possible to make it. Every idea must ripe before it's delivered to the public. And eventually, the point where we will talk about and preparing that presentation, and month and a half ago.
Actually, Alex, I'm really sorry to interrupt, but you're coming in a little choppy here. I'm not sure if there's anything you could do on your end to maybe try and enhance your internet connection here a little bit. Sometimes it helps if you just log out and then log back in.
Let me see. It could be my. Let me see.
Gotcha. If you want, Alex, let's we can chat behind the scenes about this. We can maybe if you want to log off and then log back on and then send me a message on Telegram, I'll send the mic over to Leon. There we go. Perfect. Leon, are you with us, my friend?
Yeah. Hi guys. Hi Pat.
Perfect.
Hello
Greetings. So
everyone.
real quick, everyone, I just want to introduce you here to Leon, who is the head of business development for Tectum. Absolute legend. He's done some incredible work here for the team, for the project. So Leon, while we're getting Alex situated here, why don't you give us a bit of a rundown on your vision for TCT, and maybe just give us a quick review on what exactly it is for anyone who may not have caught the announcements yet.
Yeah, absolutely. Just quickly, as Alex mentioned before, this idea came up several months ago as we realized that the we're building the ecosystem of Tectum and we see how it's gonna evolve within next 6 to 12 months. And we realized that we're missing lots of parts. We're missing the engagement of the community. We were ready to offer lots of different services to the community and to the token holders. We wanted to reinstate the staking. We wanted our token holders to earn with us and participate and have a part in our success that hopefully will come soon. That's how the idea of Tectum Cash token were born. And basically, so what it is, it's like we see this. This token is the enhancement of the whole ecosystem, and it's gonna have lots of very cool and interesting features that we believe that is necessary for our project and definitely is necessary for the token holders because it gives another layer of gives basically like another way to earn with us, and it's something that we wanted to do. Wanted to share the the future earnings, and we want the community to be more involved in the project.
Makes a ton of sense. And that was kind of the sense that I was able to ascertain as I was reading all of the documentation about the TCT token, is that it was primarily a vision to get the community more active and reward the community, whereas the TET token itself is more so the gas that fuels the vehicle that is all things Tectum. Alex, you're with us again. Let's get a quick mic check. Let's check on that connection and see how that's doing.
1, 2, 3. I'm here.
Okay. So far, so
Yeah.
good. So far, good. So far, good. Perfect. So here, before I get too far ahead of myself, Leon, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for providing that insight here. And yeah, let's keep this conversation going. So I'm thinking that the next part of this conversation I'd like to add is just a little bit more clarity onto the specific benefits that the community will be. I guess actually, you know what? Let's put a pin on that one. Just I'll dangle that one as a little bit of excitement here for all of our viewers now. And of course, we have about 240 people hanging out with us right now. So hang out for a little bit, and we're going to discuss all of the benefits for TCT holders, but then as well benefits for people who have been loyal to Tectum and who have been holding the TET token now for a while. There are huge benefits for you also. But before we get into that, I'd like to discuss a little bit about the main difference between TET and TCT. What are their roles? How are they different? And how do they complement each other? So I'm not sure if Alex or Leon, if either of you would like to jump in first to start talking about this. I'll leave that to you.
Whatever. Leon, you want to go, or I can go? I have a document in front of me, of a table.
Yeah, you can go easily. Yeah, I think that that's the make of the wood, so you can definitely prepare this
Core purpose. I mean, how do you want to drive? You want to down and dirty, or you want me to go semantic?
Let's do you know what? Let's try semantic, and then worst comes to worst, we can give down and dirty a shot here. But yeah, let's do maybe a high level overview about the roles of TET versus TCT, and just to compare them, just so that our audience can get a sense of, you know, what is the difference, what's the point, why is this a value add to the entire community?
Tectum token was Tectum blockchain is a I'm gonna go back in the history a little bit. I hope community forgives me. I'm gonna have to do that because in order for us to fully understand the background, the base for the whole thing, you guys need to understand the structure, what Tectum blockchain, what it was designed to do. The Tectum blockchain was designed as a multi-chain network, which basically means that anybody, any node on Tectum blockchain can launch their own chain of blocks. It's genetically different from conventional blockchain model, where there is a chain of blocks and which fits in classified standard information represented by hash, right? Tectum blockchain is designed for multiple chains of blocks to run through the network simultaneously and being recorded in a ledger. So therefore, so it happened that Tectum blockchain did not end up with native coin. And when 3.0 was launched, and you see, our primary purpose was to build the fastest blockchain. That's what we always wanted. We wanted to build the fastest blockchain, so we did. Now what? Now we need a product. Now soft node comes to play, and we realize that we need to have public blockchain. So we're trying to make Tectum public, and we realize we need to change things around, and we built 4.0. Well, now 4.0 cannot exist without native coin, because you need to have to pay gas, because you cannot have nodes and people, entities, miners, minters, whatever we were going to embed into that framework at the time, and I'm talking about 2023, to participate for free, right? That, I mean, the entire idea of public blockchain is to provide unbeatable, indestructible framework ran by the community. Well, community must be rewarded by coin. There's only one way so far to architecture. There's one way to architecture public blockchains. You got to have a coin. You got to have, like, Solana's got a Solana coin. Ethereum's got an Ethereum. Well, Tectum doesn't have a coin.
Makes a ton of sense.
Tectum, nobody really brought it up ever. I just suddenly realized that we never actually brought this subject up publicly, and we realized that we must do that, and that's what 4.1. Now it's 4.1, but because we fundamentally changed the way validation works to increase the speed. The signature, validator signature, I'm not going to go into that. We're going to have separate AMA for it, and we're going to have lots of fun because I have lots of things to share. But what I am going to tell you is that now we have two blockchains connected with a bridge, seamless and frictionless bridge, which means Tectum token moves from 3.0 to 4.1 plus, because it's going to be 4.2, 4.3 versions are going to upgrade. 4.x blockchain will be upgradable. And what's going to happen next? Now we have opportunity we always wanted. We have Tectum, which is a token, now migrates. Now anybody can send. Now what's happening actually, Trev, you can download a node, you can launch it, 4.1 node, and you can send Tectum token from your Tectum wallet in 3.0 network to your node. Well, the catch is, as soon as it migrates into 4.1 network and becomes a coin, the main principle and the main requirement is met. And It becomes a coin. It becomes gas. It functions as gas. It still means soft notes. When time comes, we're gonna be able to allow community to mint soft notes in 4.1 framework. Okay, now we got it down. It's working. But can you add more functionality and more properties to Tectum coin? Well, possibly, yes. I mean, you can add anything to anything, but why would you want to build things up? Why would you want to have this jambalaya? And plus, smart contract is already in place. It's pretty basic. It's written in a most stable Solidity version, and it's limited to 10 million migration tokens into ERC20 network, and it cannot be changed. You need to come up with something else.
So this is just to clarify. Right now, you're talking with the TET token, correct?
I'm talking about that token, and I'm gonna be done pretty soon. I'm not gonna be. I'm not gonna spend. I don't want to. I just want to make sure you guys don't feel like I'm trying to drag you away from TCT. I'm
Absolutely.
not. It's gonna. You're gonna understand it much better once I'm finished. We have this fixed smart contract. You cannot add any governance function to it. There's nothing that you can do. I cannot add another coin to be migrated to the ERC20 network. It's 10 million, period. And it's all it does. It migrates forth and back. Now in 4.1, you can do whatever you want. And in 4.1, you can actually make Tectum now coin to function as gas, to mint soft node bills, and to do and to function as a reward to the nodes. You see, now blockchain is shaping up. And once this is all crystallized in our heads and on paper and in our technical maps, we start thinking about what can we do for the community, because community demanded participation. I mean, look at the charts. You know, not charts, but look at our chats and groups, and everybody advices. Why this? Why not this? Why not this? We want this. We want this, and eventually we came to realization that we need another instrument, which is gonna be very community oriented. And there you go. We have our EPOS coming out, and that EPOS has 100% of 1%, because EPOS charges recipient 1% fee, right? If I buy a pair of jeans for $100 from you, and I'm using SoftNote EPOS system, you're gonna pay me $1. What am I doing with this $1? And splitting this $1 in 5 by 20 cents. And one of those 20 cents was assigned to changers. Remember, maybe you remember in 2022, we had a problem since SoftNote was indivisible and it had a nominal. You could not divide it. In crypto, everything is simple. I want to buy a pair of jeans for $37.50. I just send you 37.5 USDTs. Well, you cannot do that with SoftNote. You could not do that with a SoftNote. And we fixed that problem. We resolved that issue by creating import function. Those of you who've been around, they understand what import is. Import is when SoftNote starts functioning as crypto again. It's a kind of reverse process when SoftNote becomes crypto. And the necessity for changing of SoftNote became obsolete. And Liam is asking me, well, you got with this 20%, why don't we give it to the community? And we got lots of people arguing and debating what we're gonna do with this 20%. What we just put it in our pocket? And Leon says, why don't we create a token which will represent a share in the profit in those 20%. Well, every project's got lawyers. There is such a thing as law. That law can make you rich, or that law can put you to jail. And our lawyers say, well, guys, that's gonna make your token security. And we looked around, we did deep research, and we realized that we can do it in the form of a discount, cashable discount. And we found a way. We successfully found a way to return that 20% back to the community, which is actually not to kind of blow things out of proportion, but we're talking about $2 trillion market. EPOS market is $2 trillion. If somebody didn't know, yeah, if somebody didn't know, it's a $2 trillion market, and if you close your eyes and just stick your finger in anywhere, you're not. I mean, you're not gonna show me how many crypto processing, micropayment oriented, mobile phone based applications which can function as EPOS do you know?
I got nothing.
Circle. Yeah. Have you tried to use it?
Not myself personally, no.
Have you tried to open an account when you're in Nigeria?
Cannot say I have, no.
Well, I'm not in Nigeria, but I know guys who tried. It's impossible. You can do that.
Wow. Okay.
And we just we put a goal in the front of ourselves to create the most simplest, the friendliest, they providing the most usability EPOS, which you just download an app, log in through your Tectum wallet, and bam, 1, 2, 3, and you can accept crypto as a crypto or as a soft node, contactless payments. You got multiple terminals. If you have chain restaurant and you have coffee shop, you're coffee shop owner, you have 25 coffee shops or 25 barber shops around the town. You just assign to 25 managers, and every one of them accepts payments. And the main thing, Trev, you don't need this big thing with paper coming out of it. You don't need to beg a bank. You don't need to open bank account. Nothing. You just got a phone. BLE. Click, 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 click. 25 cents on Bitcoin. Let's go. 17.5 cents on Ethereum. Done. And the best thing is the fees are predictable. It's just 1% from recipient every time. 1% from recipient every time. You see, when you run your business, it's not about how much you pay. It's about, do you know how much you're gonna pay? It's all about predictability of your costs, overhead. You gotta know what your overhead is. You gotta know what your taxes are gonna be. And we made it a priority for the team to create the friendliest, the simplest, the fastest, the cheapest, the easiest to activate, easiest to run, and easiest to manage interface for small business. And it's done. We're releasing it. We're releasing it on September 3rd, 5th. Don't kill me if I'm don't kill me if I'm off one day left, one day right. But it will be released the first week of September because it's being tested already.
Amazing.
And yeah, it will not be on an app because we're gonna release it to the community as an Android app. Anybody will be able to install it. Everybody will be able to use it. The best thing, the 1/5, the 20% of that 1% is gonna go towards the TCT token.
Amazing.
In the form of a discount, cashable. You can receive it as a discount, or you can receive it as a cashback. We added a staking function. We did deep research amongst other projects. What can we do? What can we do to reward community, to get community more involved in Tectum endeavors? Obviously, the priority, it's all DAO centric. It's all about voting. It's all about voting. Everything else is icing on the cake. Okay. But the main things are two, really. Leon can probably expand more on that. The main thing is that it's now community can actually participate in our decision making. A community can offer their own initiatives, and everybody can vote. You can, he can, she can, anybody can. And yeah, it's gonna cost you a couple tokens, but I mean, everything takes effort and everything takes energy. But you're gonna be able to push it through. The process is, as we made process as simple as possible. Yes, it's gonna take time to get it going, but we are gonna get it going. And plus, on top of it, we added this 20%, 20% reward, which is actually gonna make it worthwhile for people to hold TCT token. And
Amazing.
and this I've been asked questions like last night. Last night, guys been asking, said, why can't you just have Tectum token to serve it? I mean, well, yeah, why just have Tectum token? We can do have Tectum token to serve any function, but why do we need this jambalaya? Tectum token needs to become a coin. It needs to become a system coin, because this new blockchain, upcoming blockchain, will need a coin. And why would we want to, by like any means, to betray expectation of our community and just create a new coin? And well, if we created a new coin on 4.1, and we would have the same reaction. Why did you create new coin? You know, no matter what you do, you're gonna have questions. And it took us few months. To come up with a most sensible, simple, friendly, and yet rewarding solution where everything really fits.
Got you.
If you accept this kind of answer. Thank you.
Understood. So Alex, first of all, thank you for providing that answer. Very in depth, and I appreciate how you spoke so intently into the reasons why you needed this second token, but then also the motivation behind it, and kind of all of these extra factors and variables that you wanted to include into this token creation, and not just have another utility token, but have another token for 4.1 that actually rewards the community here. Because yeah, you know what? I'll just go right out and say it. Our loyal community here.
The TCT is going to actually run on 3.0.
Okay.
It's gonna run 3.0 because the all functionality is gonna be inside of Tectum back office.
Understood. Okay.
Because there is we came up with like really cool voting perks. Voting is actually gonna be rewardable.
That's cool. I like that. That's really neat. I think that's it seems like rewards are coming from many different angles and from many different mechanisms. And I just appreciate that that's something that you guys have been prioritizing. So if you don't mind here, I want to get to Leon here in a second, because as you alluded to not long ago, Leon was the gentleman who suggested having this token as a means to reward community. But before I send it over to you there, Leon, I just want to kind of quickly summarize very high level what Alex has just shared with us so far. And kind of the meta of what you just mentioned was the smart contract was already fixed for TET. It would have been either very difficult or impossible to add impossible, perfect, to add all these extra mechanisms, such as like the staking rewards, the governance, all of these extra features that the TCT token will have. So because of this extra 20% of the fees that you guys are going to be receiving, that you don't need to now spend on other features, the decision was made to actually take this 20% of the fees and give it directly back to the community. And TCT was chosen as the vessel to be able to do this. So I think, does that sound accurate? Okay,
Yeah,
perfect.
100%
Precisely
correct.
correct. Precisely correct.
Yeah, yeah, 100% on target, Ralph. Thank you so much, buddy. And look, you have to understand the last thing we wanted to do is dilute the existing coin holders. And once you start playing with existing smart contracts in increasing supplies, adding features, taking some features out, that's always a very risky game. And we didn't want to play it, but we felt like we have a lot more to offer to the community than just a simple tap utility token. Although that people have to understand and has to realize that TAP is, like Alex said, is the main utility token for the project. So it's our baby. It's like it's not going anywhere, and everything will be built around the TAP token. And like I said, we felt like we have a lot more to offer, like in terms of the governance, in terms of future staking, in terms of the clever way of sharing the revenues. And the answer for that is TCT token. So with that, we can definitely give a lot more to the community. We can give a lot more to our coin holders, and I think it's very positive for the project itself. It's like another way also to fund some of the innovations, some of the new things. And for the future partnerships, for the ecosystem of Tectum, we're definitely going to need the tokens. We want people to be involved in the project. And therefore, we're going to do the airdrops. We're going to come up with some new partnerships where we're going to swap the tokens maybe with another companies and another projects. And therefore, the TCT fits perfectly into the scheme.
That makes a ton of sense. So I think that already we've covered a bunch of different questions and concerns that have come up with the community. First thing being, how will the launch of TCT not affect the price of TET token, which has been going up again, but of course historically, recently anyways, has been struggling for sure. It sounds like the mechanisms behind the TCT specifically will help because it doesn't actually compete with the TET token. It complements it. Do you think you could speak a little bit more to that, and how it's meant, how TCT itself is meant to enhance the TET token? Maybe I'll ask you there first, Leon, because I know you
Yeah, I
had.
can answer that. I mean, I think as far as I'm concerned, this is the very easy question.
Mhm.
That's another financial instrument for the Tecton project. And we're going to need funds. We're going to need to spend money. We're going to need to hire the new developers to enhance our ecosystem, to build the new things. All this requires funding. Everybody understands that.
Mhm.
And the proceeds from the sale of TCT will be spent into enhancing the ecosystem of Tectum. And what's going to happen when the Tectum is going to come up with the new products, with the new features, with the new things? Obviously, it's going to affect the price of that. I believe these both tokens will be kind of trading in these similar directions, and they will complement each other. And I see TCT is the main supporting feature for that token itself. It's not the competition. It's not something that's gonna kind of drive the attention away from the TED token. It's something that's gonna enhance the TED token because the funding, the engagement of the community will make the project stronger. And when the project gets stronger, guess what? That token goes up.
Understood. No, that's perfect. I appreciate that answer there, Leon. So the other main question that I've been receiving from the community is, it seems like there was a little bit of frustration in the fact that a new token was being launched when other components of the project hadn't been rolled out yet. One thing I would like to just compliment you guys on is the fact that the EPOS, the wireless payments, is being launched in early September, that you've just confirmed with us there, Alex. So
Yes.
maybe you can speak a little bit more on the other progress that is actually being made in tandem with this token, which you've already established is a necessary addition to the ecosystem for the running of the 4.1 network. Can you give us another update on the other developments and the other components of Tectum, and how those are going, and give us a bit of an update on the progress so far?
Oh, tons of them. Tectum Key has been rebranded into Hive, and it's basically becoming a community entropy mining. We are in the process of negotiating with a blockchain association of Dubai to test our entropy device, which will be capable to produce a perfectly random private keys. As you know, the founder of a blockchain, Von Neumann, said once that anyone who relies on software generated private keys lives in sin. That's he had his article from 1956. It's very he was very interesting person. He was actually the guy who invented chains of blocks.
Wow.
Invented and he the truly safe true safety comes from true randomness, inability to reverse calculate. If you create private keys, if you create your keys using software, you can reverse calculate them using high performance machines. We got that going. The project is ready. Device is in our hands. It will be tested one way or another, but public tests have shown 99.99995% entropy rate. That device has been connected to desktop app and our key token, which we are yet to introduce to the community, will be able to purchase those private keys. Very interesting model. Community will be. I'm glad. I'm gonna be glad to introduce it, and I believe community will be thrilled. Cold pay. That's basically dynamic nominals. We call it a model of dynamic nominals. It's basically SoftNote 3.0. This mobile app will be able to conduct SoftNote payments without internet. You see, the thing about SoftNote is that SoftNote does not need to conduct blockchain transaction in order to transfer value from one pair of hands to another pair of hands, because SoftNote is highly protected wallet, digital wallet. And recent developments in Android and iOS applications have revealed amazing features and amazing properties, which are called encrypted libraries, which basically means that myself, I own my cell phone and I don't have access to my own private keys, which basically means that I can pass my soft node to you, Trev, without compromising that private key.
Awesome. No,
Which means cool. you and me can sit in a concrete bunker without any access to any network, and I will do contactless payment, touch your phone with my phone, and I transfer BTC, USDT, Ethereum, Solana, Tectum token to you without access of internet, because there is no need for that. I don't need to write anything in a ledger. It's already, the wallet by itself does not need to change.
Right.
I don't conduct payment from wallet A to wallet B. This thing is amazing. Actually, Jack Dorsey does the same thing with his BChat. But he does it with messaging, and we do it with value. What else? 4.1 is going to be amazing. 4.1 is going to be amazing. We stumbled a little bit over high velocity traffic. I think the problem is being fixed right now. We're soon going to be able to do speed tests for our community. What else? Leon, help me out. Pay crypto processing. Crypto processing. We soon are going to be able to produce API for banks and for commercial entities to connect to a soft node system and to transfer high volume high volume of uh, transactions and I'm talking about microtransactions. I mean, just imagine. I mean, nobody does it like we're going to do.
Hmm.
Everybody packages the volume,
Hmm.
packages the volume of transactions into the one volume package, and they just transfer it in one bundle. We don't do that. It's going to be in real time, which basically, if you bought a pack of chewing gum for 25 cents at the gas station, that's
Yes.
how it's going to go. It's going to go as 25 cents.
Done and dusted.
It's not gonna wait till it piles up into $1.5 million, so I can do $1.5 million Bitcoin transaction because I have to pay $25 fee. So I'm trying to save money.
Hmm.
It's not gonna work like that. It's gonna be like this: millions of transactions per second in real time, done through Open API first,
Hmm.
and then we're gonna go commercial. We're shooting for October. Leon, help me out. What else, buddy?
Actually, real quick, guys, if you don't mind here, I've been inspired by a train of thought of a concept I'd like to help establish through this conversation. Before we finish up here, we have about 15 more minutes approximately left of our live stream today, and I'm reading through the comments and I'm starting to understand a bit more of the concerns and the questions that the community has. And they're here. Allow me to share a concept that I would like to establish with you gentlemen here before we wrap up today. And here's the concept. So essentially, what I'm taking away from the conversation that we are having so far is that we are, through TCT, we are essentially setting the stage for all of these massive developments to drop. And what I want to establish is the fact that the project is not relying on TCT to have Tectum succeed. This is being laid ahead of time so that when all of these other components, all of these huge partnerships, all of these next level products, EPOS, Cold Pay, um, um, the security mechanisms that you guys are talking about with the keys that are hack proof, essentially, um, all of those is going to be what carries the project forward, and it's going to be having TCT established right off the bat is going to basically prepare a mechanism to reward the community as all of these other factors, all of these other variables bring Tectum forward. So what I'm trying to establish now through you guys to basically add evidence that this is going to be the case, um, is, getting a bit of an update on all these other components. So, Alex, I really appreciate you mentioning to us the progress on Cold Pay, which is next level. I don't think that I have heard of this from any other project. From the contactless payments, from the EPOS. Maybe Leon, actually, what I'd like to ask you a little bit about. And we just lost him. That's unfortunate. That is unfortunate. Well, we'll see if we can get him back here. But one part that you did touch on, Alex, was the partnerships that are in play, and the especially in particular the partnerships with major banks. So having that kind of institutional component involved with your chains, with your technology, with your payment systems is going to be absolutely monstrous here. Are you able to kind of give us a bit of an update on that side of things, how it's looking with the partners, and maybe any plans that are coming up? Or would that be something better to speak to Leon, because he is spearheading that part of it?
Yeah, he will be. I'm sure he will be back in a couple of minutes.
Mhm.
Obviously, Ripple isn't still in place, but in order for Ripple to kick in, our crypto processing model must go live.
Mhm.
That we already discussed. Nothing changed. Everything is on track. We got this on a really tight schedule. Our hand is on the pulse. He's back. So nothing is changing there. Then we have Mount Paralink already connected, so you can already you can already um, go back into cash. You can already cash out.
Amazing.
You can off ramp, but Mount Paralink got its own uh, kind of angle on off ramping. So we have AAA We're in the process of connecting AAA. AAA is a little bit more complicated. It's going to be more embedded. It's going to be more integrated into the back office. And we are in the process of testing their API. So we should be expecting AAA. It will be really cool because AAA, besides off-ramp, is also offering KYC. And third-party KYC will be really cool. It will add, first of all, it will add credibility to the system, to the new system. And second of all, it will have its own. It will serve its own purpose because AAA is focusing on the bank deposits, money in and out of the bank accounts. So these three, speaking of partnerships, obviously Leon's been talking to big liquidity providers. Leon, would you help me, buddy?
Perfect. Yeah, so
and
if we
Leon,
talk about hi there. So I'm back. So I just got the bad connection for the moment. Look,
welcome back to the
yeah, thanks. Everything that we talked before and we announced before is still in place. Like Alex mentioned, Mount Peregrine AAA is a fantastic company. Guys are finalizing the integration. I think it's going to be now SoftNote wallet together with the new updates. Ripple's still in place. We're just finalizing some stuff for the new wallet and for the SoftNote transactions. And Ripple is our first choice for custody. We have a couple other partnerships in line. I talked briefly about the Chainlink. We have a couple other providers for on-ramp and the off-ramp, Visa, MasterCard, and obviously liquidity providers. It's all in place. Just we gotta make sure that we're fully ready for all these partnerships. We gotta make sure that everything is done and locked and loaded on our side, on the technical side, and on the management side. So that's what we're currently doing. And the next big thing will be the update for the wallet. Will be EPOS. That's something that's gonna start finally generating the revenues for the company. SoftNote transactions and adoption of the SoftNote is obviously the first priority for us as well. And everything we talked before is still in place. Like I said, it's still on target. So we're still grinding and finding the way how to make Tectum a very successful company.
No, perfect. No, I really appreciate that, Leon. And I hope that reassures our community who may be skeptical and who have been expressing concern. And one more time, I'd just like to reiterate.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, look, people are always skeptical. People are skeptical about the electric cars when the Tesla come out. People are skeptical about the iPhone. People are skeptical about the many things. And this is the human nature. When you see something out of the ordinary, when you see something takes a little bit longer than people expect, it creates a little negativity, some kind of. But you gotta look beyond that. You gotta look into the team. You gotta look into the efforts of the company. And look, if we didn't want to do anything and just basically sell the coins and just get out of the project, we had a million chances to do that already. And actually the fact that we're still working and trying to put things together and make things better should actually create the level of comfort and the credibility for Tectum. It actually should be viewed as the exact opposite. And TCT token, like we mentioned, is the new way to share with the community, is a new way to get the community engaged, and the new way for us to enhance the whole ecosystem of Tectum. And people will see this with time, so they will understand this in 1 month or 2 months or 3 months from today. So once the certain steps are taken, once they will see the success and the cash register is ringing of Tectum, then obviously the whole perception and the whole take on the story will change.
I love it, Leon. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate that. Yeah. So just to kind of get back to the point that I'm trying to just make very, very clear to our 700 viewers right now is that first of all, TCT, The information right now is up on the website at tectum.io, so feel free to check that out. There's a summary of all of the new community-centric utilities involved with it, and it's very thorough, it's very elegant. So feel free to check that out at any point. And it seems to me like a lot of the concern that I am reading in the comments is revolved around. It's revolved around how it will affect just the overall token price of TET primarily. But then also there's concern that making sure that, all of these other developments and all these other products from Tectum is moving along well. And I can appreciate that, because that truly is going to be what helps move Tectum forward. And in a nutshell, to summarize that, people need to be using the products for things to progress and move forward. And in order to do that, eyes need to be on, partnerships need to be made, accessibility needs to be enhanced. And from what I'm taking away so far from our conversation is all of that is not only being worked on with partnerships like Ripple, first of all, which is massive, AAA and Mount Pelerin, which are huge banking corporations that will also help facilitate a ton of usage of Tectum and all of the products, but then also simple things for simple retail investors, simple retail users all across the world, making it easy to actually create a wallet, to actually transact with tiny amounts of Bitcoin or whichever tokens you want. It's just that is the crux of all of this, is as soon as people start to use these products at a high level, which is coming, and we've already had some dates shared, like Alex, you mentioned to us October, and I forget for which project that was, but it's coming very soon. We also spoke about EPOS being ready to go early September. These are what's going to help drive the project forward, and not just the TCT token. TCT token is going to make sure that all of our community members who have been here from day one will get rewarded for this bumped up use case. I've been rambling for a little bit. I want to touch base with you guys. Does that sound accurate? Am I interpreting this correctly, or is there anything else you'd change or you'd want to add to that?
It's pretty close, Trev.
Okay. Perfect. Leon, I know you've got very little time left. You're actually on the road right now from your phone, so really appreciate you taking the time here. Are there any other updates that you can give us, or any other thoughts that you want to share about the TCT token, just to really help express that confidence, express that excitement to our community right now before you have to go?
We are going to do airdrop.
Hey, there we go. And remind me, that's going to be for people who are already holding the TET token, but then also
Correct.
Just community members who have been with Tectum since day one. Am I right?
Yes.
Perfect. So let that be a reassurance for all of you guys, for your patience, for your support, for your feedback, all of this time. There is a reward coming to you guys. And then once you do receive that TCT token, maybe you can summarize one more time how that will also add value to them. Leon, I see your mic is off mute. Maybe I'll send the mic your way and you can let us know. If you're there with us. Leon, are you there? All right. Oh, I see some action. Are you with us? Okay, Leon, once you get things sorted on your end, feel free just to start talking and we'll get over to you here. But Alex, maybe you can remind our community and remind us here how holders of the TCT token will be rewarded once they receive this token.
As I said, the 20%, one fifth of the EPOS, EPOS revenues, which basically makes it community EPOS. It's actually very cool. How do you like it? Community EPOS.
That's got a nice ring to it, actually. I can appreciate that.
Yeah, community payment terminal. It sounds really cool. Staking.
Staking, yes.
We are resurrecting staking. Well, actually, in fact, let me share. Let me see. We got have a whole thing of a
Actually,
for
I do have a
I
little
got
summary here of the staking. Would you like me to share the details here, Alex?
absolutely go.
Perfect. So for the staking, the payouts will be so basically you stake your TET and you can also stake the TCT. That I'm not 100% sure on, but it looks like it's both. Payouts are in
Mm,
TCT. Sorry, go ahead.
payouts in TCT, but you stake TET.
You stake TET, payouts
Yeah,
are in TCT. So that will
yeah.
absolutely affect the supply and demand.
We are at the max. We try to create a model which would drive Tectum token TET price up.
I love it. Okay, perfect. So, and that's going to become very, very clear in a moment here. So, the staking periods are 3, 6, or 12 months. The payouts are calculated daily, and
It's
the
gonna be
payout.
they're gonna be calculated daily to avoid compound interest
Okay,
because simply you keep the math better it's gonna be less arguments you have later.
makes a ton of
Loyalty
sense.
sharing and DeFi. Leon is very big on DeFi and he's a proponent on DeFi. I'm in complete agreement with you. And we are going to target DeFi beginning of next year.
And I'm a huge fan of that as well. DeFi is was
Airdrops, yeah, priority access events, access to exclusive events, governance right, community voting, airdrop rewards. It's all going to be done in TCT.
I love it. And also here, I've just to kind of give our audience a bit of a preview here. Just I have a sample here of the payout rates, depending if you're staking for 3, 6, or 12 months. And these are actually astronomical. It's 15% return APY for 3 months, 20% for 6 months, and a whopping 25% for 12
They're not,
months.
yeah, they're actually not astronomical. They're actually normal for Web3 space. Considering the average overall risk, like average Web3 participant, Web3 community member who invests in a 10 to 50 projects, right?
Mhm.
They want to spread their they want to spread thin at the same time. They don't want to put all eggs in one basket. So it all boils down to 15 to 25%, like that's what every project does. I would not say they're high. I would rather say that they reflect the uh, math of uh, accessibility of Tectum token. There's only 10 million
Understood.
Tectum tokens. There's only
That
10 million of them, and
that
most
was another
and
point.
and
That's huge.
and and,
Yes.
and, and, and as you can see on the dashboard, most of it is already in the hands of a community.
Incredible. And that's another huge point to take into consideration, the fact that the market cap or the total supply of TET is only 10 million, whereas most of the projects it's in the billions or at least hundreds of millions, which is huge. So I'm already starting to concoct some DeFi strategies here of staking TET so that you can get the TCT rewards and then using TCT as collateral for lending or
Hmm.
borrowing through the TET through the DeFi application, which is
Hmm.
currently being built, and then also having early access, exclusive access to NFT soft notes, private events, early tools, which tools that you've already spoken to about these
Hmm.
hyper secure keys, which is I know you had mentioned quantum proof, hack proof keys, which is a private keys, which is unreal. So I mean,
We're
yeah,
gonna we're gonna be our first customers.
yeah,
we're gonna
100%.
we're gonna be our first customers. Actually, thank you for mentioning that. Once you mentioned that, cold pay is gonna work of our Intro Hive.
Understood. Okay.
Because dynamic nominals are the do you know how cold pay is gonna work?
I did review the documentation, so I have a general sense. But do you want to summarize it for our community here?
Oh, basically, I got 100 USDT nominal soft note bill, and I want to send you. I want to pay 16 and a half dollars to you for for a salad in your restaurant, my actually my smartphone breaks
Hmm.
breaks the soft note bill, and it requests entropy, breaks it down into multiple soft note bills, and sends them into ledger. And actually, I'm sending you $16.50, and I'm changing myself. We call it my dynamic nominals model, and at the same time, the actual 100 USDT wallet on a level one blockchain doesn't change. So you still enjoy that privilege of not paying level one fees.
Understood.
It's a completely brand new model. When you guys see it, it's gonna blow your mind. It's going to blow your mind.
No, I'm very excited here. So,
We,
go ahead.
I mean, we've been, we went on such a deep, like high math, like encryption. We did like deep research thanks Chat GPT. We found uh, new key generating models, new I'm talking about integers and integer 64. This model is so complicated, and Jack Dorsey's moved into the same direction, but he's focusing on the chat. He's focusing on sending messages this way, and we're focusing on transferring value. We're using the same BLE technology.
Brilliant. Yeah, that
Hmm.
BLE technology, you shared a video of that in action, and
It's already
it's
working. It's
pretty
already
cool to
working.
see. Definitely,
It's
definitely.
already working. It's gonna be. We're going to release it into to our community the same way we're releasing our beta epos in the next when is it gonna be? September 3rd, September 5th? Is it next week?
I am lost for time here. Just pulling
I,
up
I, I think
calendar.
I think it's the end of next week, right?
Either end of next week or the beginning of the week afterwards. I
Hmm.
cannot seem to access
Yes.
my calendar
Yep.
here.
Yep. Yep. Something like this. I mean,
Mhm,
this thing is gonna be amazing. I mean, both of them.
mhm.
But EPOS is actually gonna go live right away. The first version, guys, don't get scared, or you will only be able to pay with Tectum token.
I love it. No, that's great. And
Um,
again, going back to
uh,
supply and demand, another mechanism to reduce supply.
contactless payment of Tectum token. I mean,
Mhm.
just like 5 cents, 3 cents, whatever.
Incredible. Perfect. So we are
Click
just,
done.
I'm sorry, go ahead there, Alex. I apologize.
No, I'm done. I'm done. Sorry for interrupting you, Trev.
No stress, no stress. So I do have a couple of burning questions here from our audience that I'd like to get to before we
Any
wrap up here. Before we do, though, I just want to check in. Leon, are you with us? Hello, Leon. I'm going to send him a message here.
probably
Uh,
driving. Probably driving.
yeah, still with us. Okay, perfect. So waiting to hear back from Leon. Some of the burning questions here that we have are, but when is 4.1 going to be launched, and when will people be able to start developing on the Tectum blockchain?
Before we start developing on that blockchain, we need to prove to the community that that blockchain will really add value
Right.
to the blockchain world. So our primary we have two primary tests in front of us with 4.1. First, we need to really prove, which means not like, well, I don't want to say like other guys do, but we don't want to, we want to avoid the previous model of a speed test when we just did it on a video and posted a YouTube video. We want community to participate, and we want to reward community
I love it.
for speed test. That's going to require some services being written, service and programs being written, because you need to bundle transactions. And there are like 100,000 transactions to push them through the network, and they all need to be signed. Because if you have, you got to understand, there is no technically there is no possibly way to prove that your blockchain can run at 1, 2, 3, 500,000 transactions per second when you have 20 nodes running. How many transactions you can launch per second? Well, you have a button, you have a wallet, you have balance. How many transactions you can send per second? 2? I mean, how fast you can click with your finger, Trev? So the program needs to be written to do that. Otherwise, you're gonna have people telling you, "Well, Alex, you have 25 transactions per second." Well, yeah, because you click 25 times with your finger, dude. It's not because blockchain is slow. It's just because there is only that many transactions you can do through your wallet.
Makes sense.
You need 100,000 people involved in the test at the minimum to prove that you have 200,000 transactions per second. So let's say per se every participant simultaneously will click send button twice a second. You know that, I mean, that's an unlikely scenario, right? So we're gonna we're writing an app for that. We are fighting for stability right now, because you gotta the transaction needs to catch the validator to get signed. We dramatically improved the technology of transaction signature. Why I keep mentioning transaction signature, I'm not talking about your wallet signing your own transaction of your own private key. I'm talking about validator signing your transaction of his private keys. That's called validation. So validation is the most labor-consuming process in the blockchain,
Got you.
and that needs to be simplified. If you want 500,000 or 1,000,000 transactions per second, that's what you got to work on. Because your system is as slow as your slowest component, right?
That makes
And
sense.
and that's gonna take some time. Looks like September is gonna be the month. We're gonna be able to
Okay.
announce the stability, and that's when we're probably gonna start talking about speed test. Once that's done, we can get nodes released, and people will be able to start sending. Then we're gonna start working on improving SDK, because as you know, SDK is done, but it's primitive, it's very simple, it's generic, it's a proof of concept, it's POC SDK, but it's working. But as soon as we wrestle down the stability issue and velocity, we can prove the velocity, then we can present it to the public.
Understood.
We're talking probably to the fall 2025.
Okay.
Deep fall
Okay.
25. Talking about probably October, but don't hold me too accountable to it. But I will be next time. I probably will tell you better.
Okay, no, that's perfect. I think that's exactly what our audience was looking for. Is not only, I guess, just what the next step is for 4.1, because of how integral that is for the success of the project. And we officially have an answer. Big updates for the speed test will be happening in September. Actual disseminating of 4.1 deep fall. So that's awesome. Thank you very much for that here. So maybe actually, Leon, let's test out first of all to see if your mic's working now. I did hear from Leon in
Can you hear me now?
Oh, loud and clear. Perfect. Welcome
Okay,
back, my friend. Great to hear from you.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Thanks.
If I may, can I ask you our final question here from our community?
Yeah, absolutely.
Perfect. So this one here is about, so we've already established what it's going to be looking like to get 4.1 moving forward, and the process that's required to actually get other projects and other individuals to build on 4.1. Now I'd like to chat real quick on onboarding businesses and onboarding merchants, and then also kind of onboarding the masses to actually start to use the technology here that is well on its way to being ready to go. Can you tell us a little bit about what that onboarding process is looking like for businesses, for merchants, and for marketing, for essentially the masses to start using the products?
Well, the mass adoption is the most important thing for our project and for many other projects. I'm sure everyone
Hmm.
understands that. Mass adoption comes once we have the perfect solutions. So once you have a perfect solution and easy to use for the customers, then you take it to the public. So obviously, everything that has been recently developed will be tested. We're gonna take it to the market, but we're not gonna do the huge marketing wave of introducing the products until we're 100% sure that everything works and that and done correctly. My guess it will take a little bit of time, but we're definitely on the right path. EPOS is a huge thing, and obviously the new design and user-friendly soft note wallet with the soft note technology inside is a very big thing.
Hmm.
And once it's said and done, this is like the most important thing for us. So
Makes a ton of sense.
yeah.
And that makes sense too, because as we've established already in this conversation, the reason EPOS is so important and is going to be such a massive step to take is because it's going to provide that 20% profit directly back to the community once that starts accumulating, but then also it will help provide a revenue stream for Tectum, which will of course enhance development in all areas and help really just catalyze growth on a whole other level here. So that's perfect. So yeah, so basically from what I'm understanding, Leon, maybe you can just correct me if I'm wrong. The major marketing wave, the major onboarding wave for people to actually start to use this technology, for example, businesses, merchants, and just general people all across the world, is going to be ensuring that the technology works. And Alex, what you've established is that major strides and major developments will be made in September to late fall of this month. For all of that to start to become a go, and once that happens, that's when we'll be able to see onboarding businesses, onboarding merchants, and onboarding the masses. Does that sound about accurate?
Yeah,
Yes,
absolutely,
sir.
absolutely, absolutely, absolutely.
Awesome.
We gotta give it like a good test. We gotta make sure that, of course, we're gonna test it with the real customers. We're gonna test it with the real businesses,
Mhm.
and we gotta see the feedback, the initial feedback from our customers. If there is any comments or concerns, and we gotta fix it and just make sure that it's all perfect. And once it's perfect, then we'll take it to the big level, to the next level, I would say.
Awesome. And so okay, let me, you know what, we're gonna wrap up here real quick, and I want to say a couple of things here that I'm excited about and that I am taking away from this conversation. And then I'd like to give you both of you gentlemen kind of the final word on what you'd like to share with our community here. So first of all, let me just kind of share some of the facts that we've been able to ascertain from this conversation here. First things first, the TET market or total supply is very low. It's 10 million tokens, which is, compared to most other projects out there, I would say is on the lowest 10%. And that's just grabbing a number from the top of my head here, but it's very low. TCT is being integrated to integrate a mechanism to reward community and to foster community participation in the growth of the project. What's going to really help drive this project forward is going to be the integration of the soft node products, the the 4.1 network. It's going to be EPOS, and it's going to be the BLE, to actually get those being used all across the world by institutions and by individuals, from your corner store all the way towards big banks. You already have partnerships in place just waiting to get this started. Partnerships like AAA, Mount Pelerin, and Ripple. And in order to get the rest of this mass adoption for these products, a marketing wave will be initiated once proof of work, proof of use, proof of utility, all of these things are established with the technology. Now, once that happens and all of this onboarding starts and all of these eyes and adoption of this technology begins to really just skyrocket, people who are holding TCT will truly start to see the benefit of holding TCT. And the last thing that I will personally end with in terms of facts that we have established here from this conversation are people who have been with Tectum since day one will be receiving airdrops. People who are holding TET will be receiving airdrops. There's going to be a staking mechanism for TET, which will increase demand and reduce supply. And a holder or people who do stake TET will be rewarded with TCT. With the TCT, you'll be able to right off the bat use and access the DeFi protocols for lending and borrowing. You'll have discounts, you'll have cashbacks, you'll have exclusive access here to, let me just get my right mouse here, NFT soft notes, private events, and tools, which we've discussed are also in the works and are going to be game-changing tools for anyone to use to enhance security and all of these different things. And it just sounds like the foundation truly is being laid. And I know it's taken some time, but this foundation is truly touching on all aspects, all of the ingredients to really make this project a long-term success. Now, again, I've been talking for a long time. I'm just really excited, and I'm really happy to just kind of be able to just connect all of these dots in my brain here. Let's pass the mic over to you, Alex, and then I'm going to send it over to you, Leon, and we're going to wrap it up here. Alex, first of all, is my line of thinking on point? And is there anything else you would like to add or correct based on what I said?
Well, I believe we've said enough for community to think about. We've done lots of work. We're going to do even more, and I'm very glad to be here. I'm very glad that this news been taken for like with like wow,
It's been going over well.
Yeah. I mean, people who've been around. I mean, I expect community to divide. There's those of them, those who don't know Tectum and who've been burnt on the projects, like in and out guys. They will be blabbing, and it's okay, but those who've been around and who know how much effort, how much sweat and blood have been poured in this project, and who understand anything about technology, who understand what encryption is, who understand what blockchain technology, how difficult it is to build blockchain. Those, especially those of you guys who've been through Ethereum 2.0, waiting for 2 years to go live, these guys will be on our side. Yeah, this part of the community will understand that they will be on our side. I mean, come on, those of you who came in 2022 made your money back 20x, 50x. I mean, lots of people who are just happy. They still texting me and calling me saying, Alex, oh my God, I made tons of money. We made lots of people rich on Tectum token, and never mind technology. Some of them made hundreds of $1,000s or maybe millions without even knowing what Tectum is. You see, but times have changed. This is not 2023, and we want community deeply involved. We want system to be more integrated into Web3 space. We want our system to be more tailored to AI. We want our system to be able to meet expectations of tomorrow. We've got to do that, adapt or die, and we are really grateful to those of you who's been sticking around and sticking with us and supporting us. Thank you very much, guys. Thanks.
Wonderful way to end it off there, Alex, and I really appreciate you taking the time here. Leon, I see your mic has come off mute here. The mic is yours, my friend. I'd love to hear you.
Okay. Yeah, thanks, buddy. First of all, with all the features that you mentioned, you did a fantastic job there. Thank you so much, buddy. Just wanted to
Thanks.
add that we have a very clever way to buy TCT token for Tectum holders. So you can actually buy it with TET and get fantastic discounts. I think it's up to like 20% or something, up to 25%.
Wow.
I think you guys should definitely look into it. And what I was going to say, TCT, like Tectum Cash Token, is the is necessary tool for Tectum project to be successful. I hope everyone understands that. We didn't come up with this idea just out of the blue sky, you know. We carefully thought about different possibilities and the different ways to expand the business. And obviously, this tool is needed, and you guys will benefit from Tectum Cash Token, and we as a project will also benefit from that. So we need the community to engage as much as they can. We need your voices, guys. You can always tell us what you think about the project, whatever the new ideas you have. We're always listening. And believe in the project, believe in the people, because we're here, we're spending time, and we're working hard to make it successful. It's not the easy stuff. Nothing is easy. You don't just buy the token $5, sell it at the $100. So there is lots of work behind it, and that's exactly what the team is doing right now. And when you put lots of work and you lots of efforts into something, it always works out in the end. So, and that will be the story of Tectum. And stay tuned. That's all. Thank you.
Great way to end it off there, Leon. Really appreciate that here. Now, real quick before we end it off, you mentioned that this will officially be launched as a pre-sale. Do you guys have any dates on when this is going to happen? You'd already mentioned that holders of TET and people who use TET will be receiving a significant discount. Any details on when this pre-sale is actually going to happen?
I'll leave this one to Alex. I think we were aiming for September 1st.
Okay.
But I believe with that token, people will be able to buy it a little bit, maybe a few days before that.
Okay.
So we'll keep you updated, guys, unless Alex already has some new updates on that.
Perfect. Well, hey, the only way to know is to stay tuned. Definitely make sure to follow Tectum on X, and feel free, if you'd like, you can join their Telegram group as well. I found the best way to find access to the Telegram group is check out tectum.io. Way at the bottom on the right-hand side, you can see a link to the Telegram group, and the team is always active there. They're always answering questions. They're always doing their best to help serve the community here. And of course, on Tectum, it's Tectum Social on X. There will be all of the updates you need. And of course, feel free to just keep your eyes open on the website as well. If you do want any more information about the TCT token, all that information has recently been published on the website here. But definitely make sure to stay tuned, follow Tectum on X. And exciting things are coming, guys. Exciting things are coming. One thing, maybe I'll end it off by saying this here. We have one individual here in our chat, Chopped Pineapple, who at first, I'll end this by just being real and authentic here. So Chopped Pineapple definitely expressed a lot of trepidation in terms of launching another token here. Now, this was Chopped Pineapple's final comment here. When can projects build on TET? I'm taking away from this that there's genuine curiosity about how this is all going to work, how it's all going to mesh together. And I just want to say, Chopped Pineapple, I appreciate your open-mindedness, and I appreciate your willingness to be curious and to be open to the fact that this can and will work. So really appreciate that. Alex and Leon, thank you so much for taking the time to be with us here today, for answering all of these questions, for providing all of this insight. I know you guys are both incredibly busy with the work that you're doing behind the scenes to truly make all of this happen. And yeah, period. We have 900 people watching our live stream right now. So thanks to each and every single one of you for being here with us. My name is Trav. Definitely stay tuned for our next AMA, which is going to happen very soon. And definitely stay tuned for all the exciting announcements, which are just around the corner. Have a wonderful day, everyone. Take care.
Thank you. Goodbye.